Hello there, very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. This is the night when we team up with Planet Cruise and we give you the opportunity to get incredible, and I'm talking incredible deals tonight because we're in our January sale. So do expect lots of last minute deals coming in throughout the show. This is not an ordinary laid back, take it easy Planet Cruise deal. These are January sales coming your way. Now you will see a different phone number on the screen. When that appears, it's 0808 250. Well, you don't need to know that, you'll see it on the screen, but it's a different number and the team are Planet Cruise. They are waiting for your call. So please call them as soon as you're ready. You can also go to the website, planetcruise.com. You've got the opportunity to get ahead of the game. Now, I'm very glad to tell you that we've got our cruise expert from Planet Cruise this evening. So let me take an opportunity right now to introduce you to Justin Hazel.
How you doing, Paul? Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Happy New Year.
Now, I'm being told right now in my ear that we've already had a sellout.
Yeah, earlier on today we actually had a deal that we were going to bring to you and it was so popular it sold out. We brought another deal to you. It's already selling very quickly. And again, I can't emphasise this enough. What we've got here is just a small example of the thousands of cruise holidays all the way around the world. You know, if you've done the Mediterranean, if you've done the Caribbean, try the Baltic, try a world cruise, try the Mekong, try a river cruise. We've got over 20 different cruise lines that we book with. Wow. And we're the UK's #1 cruise line on TV.
Hang on. I was told as well that at the end of the show we're going to be able to tell everyone how to win a free cruise.
Yes, that's coming up at
the end of the show.
At the end of the show. But we've got so much. We've got little taster cruises coming up for you tonight. And, of course, don't forget, when you hear a very special sound, we've also got a January Planet Cruise special as well.
Brilliant. So be listening out for the last-minute deals. Now, if you say, oh, I couldn't afford a cruise, we have got cruises for less than £80 per person per night, so brilliant value for money. And, in fact, tonight you could just put a deposit down of £75. So I would argue there is a cruise for everybody. And if you look just down here, you see a beautiful MSC ship, or a sculpture of a ship. When we get to the MSC cruises, the first 10 bookings will be winning one of these. How cool is that?
Yeah, and we've actually got one of our specialists from MSC, the National Account Manager. Quite exciting news about MSC and some of the ships that are coming up in 2019. But should we crack on with our first deal? We've got so much to squeeze in tonight.
Fred Olsen tonight.
Fred Olsen is one of those cruise lines that, you know, if you've cruised in this year, it might have been your first cruise line. And the Balmoral, I mean, she's an absolute classic ship. She's got a lovely Scottish theme that runs through her. She's only 43,000 tonnes, so you're looking at a smaller ship. So for those of you that perhaps, you know, are watching for the first time, you're thinking about, you know, booking your first cruise, this would be a perfect time for you to do so.
Well, let's have a little look at a video, and whilst it's playing along, maybe you can tell us exactly what we're looking at.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the actual ship itself, you've got fantastic facilities, and of course, you know, a lot of the cruise ships in the industry get refitted quite regularly, and this, I mean, beautiful interiors. You've got the reception in the atrium there, all of the outside deck space with the swimming pool up on top as well, which is the marquee deck. It's just a great way to experience, and the places that you're going on this cruise as well. It's just a really nice, short little break, a 5-night cruise. You've got 2 overnights as well, and you know, certainly from your time in the cruise industry, that, you know, you don't get overnights that often. To get an overnight in Amsterdam and in Antwerp, which I'll tell you about a little bit later on. But, you know, in the daytime, if you want to have a coffee, go to the library. They've got a fantastic selection of books on board. All of the restaurants are just fantastic on board. And with this, don't forget, you do get free all-inclusive drinks, or you can get free shore on-board spend as well.
That's amazing.
So it's great. And look, we're all quite realistic that, you know, Christmas is just gone. If you're thinking, well, is it, you know, money's a little bit tight, you can put a deposit down from just £75 per person and get this booked for December later on this year. And this is the great thing, that, you know, if you were talking over Christmas, I know you sort of like quite keen about going away next year on a cruise for Christmas.
We worked really hard this winter, so we said that maybe next year we should be going away for Christmas and New Year.
Have you ever done the Christmas markets?
Cruise will be at the top of our list. No, I've never done Christmas markets.
Oh, they are absolutely...
You go every year, I've heard.
It's a tradition, because as well you know, this is actually where I proposed to my future ex-wife. Anyway,
that was a present and a half, wasn't it?
That certainly was. Anyway, you started in Southampton, so for those of you that don't fly or you can't fly, then it's perfect. Southampton across to Amsterdam, and you get an overnight on board, and it's great. You know, you can use the ship as your hotel. You've got all of your food and entertainment on board. Or you've got the nightlife of Amsterdam to go and experience. And look, you've got to go and do it. There's some great areas to go. You know, obviously there's perhaps areas that you probably will go late at night, but in the daytime, so much culture. I mean, you've got the Van Gogh Museum, you've got the Rembrandt Museum, Anne Frank's house, there's the Tulip Gardens as well. Got to go on a canal barge, and also bicycles. They are everywhere in Amsterdam. It's fantastic, but enjoy that overnight on board. The next day is in Antwerp, and again, this is another overnight on board, and
wow.
You've got the same sort of Gothic style to some of the buildings there. You've got fantastic museums in Antwerp as well, and of course, great for your tulips and all of your diamonds as well. So if you do want to indulge, then you can do. For Antwerp, back to Southampton, that finishes a 5-night cruise, but all-inclusive, deposit only, and less than £100 per person per night. This is a great way to start tonight's Planet Cruise January sale.
Now let's just show you what's included, because when you hear, you know, less than £95 a night, you think, well, what am I getting for my money? Free all-inclusive drinks or free shore tour. It's entirely up to you. That means you can buy shore excursions and that will be taken care of. Single special. Now, we often get emails in going, what's available for the singles? There is a single price available for you. So if you'd like your own cabin, they don't double the price, which is great. Add one night at the Holiday Inn, if you wish, in Winchester, from only £95 per person. And the great thing about that is it includes your breakfast, your parking, and your transfers to and fro the port, which is absolutely brilliant. So there's our first one. Your cruise ID for that particular one, if you're interested, 141642. So call the team. Again, they're waiting for your call right now. If you're going, oh, I wouldn't mind that, I wouldn't mind that, give them a call right now. Give them a call right now. So that's Fred Olsen. Now, hang on, hang on, January sale.
Bear in mind, this is just one of the examples. We just have one great Fred Olsen deal. How about 10 nights? This is March this year. Fantastic itinerary from Southampton to La Coruña, Porto, Madeira, Lisbon, and back to Southampton. Inside from 779 and outside from just 935 on that. So again, that is a January Planet Cruise deal.
Brilliant.
Make sure, pick up the phone, and if you can't get the details, just ask the guy. Say, look, there's a deal about Fred Olsen that I've just seen on the show tonight. Can you tell me more? That's what our cruise specialists are there for.
12 weeks away. So that's March 24th, so really consider that. Now, come on, let's move on. We're going to move now to MSC. I'm sure many of you have heard the name of this cruise line. And this is Alicia. Let's introduce you to Alicia, who joins us. Hi, welcome to the show. So what's new? What can you share with us as you work for MSC? What's new?
So something that's new that we don't really talk about a lot is it's a status match. So status match for those of you that have never travelled with MSC before but have cruised before or might have a loyalty membership with a hotel chain, you can automatically get 5% discount by doing status match and joining our Voyagers Club. So it's something really, really good.
I'll get you to tell us a little more about the cruise line themselves in a moment. We're going to play a video right now. Glenn was lucky enough to go on board. Watch this.
Truly in a class of its own, MSC's Magnifica combines the sophistication of the Musica class and the opulence of Fantasia to bring you the best of both worlds. On board Magnifica, you will find 5 choices of cabin, from insides and outsides through to balconies, family suites and deluxe balcony suites. All the cabins come with the essentials like a minibar, safe, hairdryer, interactive TV and US and EU plug sockets. If you need something for the family though, then the purpose-built family suites are the thing for you. These suites are nearly twice the size of the normal balcony cabins and feature a room divider for privacy and a larger balcony. Now if you're a fan of the buffet, then you won't be disappointed. The Sahara and Oasis buffets offer you everything from Italian favourites like pizza and pasta through to burger and hot dogs and even a little cheeky curry. Then you have 2 main dining rooms where each night you'll be treated to a different menu depending on the region you're sailing through. If you're looking for something a little bit different, then head here to the Oriental Plaza, where you can tour Asia via your dinner plate. My favourite though is here, the Olympiada, a sports bar rammed with sporting memorabilia, perfect if you're missing the comforts of home. From 4D cinemas through to bowling, MSC Magnifica has everything you need for your family holiday. All age groups are covered on board, and with partnerships with Chico and Lego, it'll be like home away from home for the little ones. While the kids are out having fun, why not try and pop to the shops for a little bit of retail therapy? If you're looking to relax, then why not head along to the Aria Spa? From there, why not make your way here into the Royal Theatre and check out some of the fantastic international shows that are on board. And finally, when all that's done, pop yourself off to T32 the Disco and dance the night away. That's where you'll see me.
And whilst we've got Alicia here, a couple of things to ask you. One, I know we can win a ship, so we'll ask you about that in a moment.
Yeah.
But two, am I right in saying that this is your first time going out of Southampton?
So this is our first full summer season out of Southampton. So
Great.
Magnifica is going to be doing 23 sailings. She is going to have the Mediterranean flavour of MSC, so the entertainment and the dining experiences, but we're going to have small touches to really cater for the British market. So tea and kettles in the staterooms is one of them. We're changing the condiments in the buffet. We're having a British cruise director and a British hotel director. So I'm sure the Brits will love that, but it will still have that MSC feeling to it.
And of course, Southampton means you've got the opportunity to take all the luggage you want. You can dress up as much as you want or as little as you want, but you never have to worry about getting the luggage onto the aeroplane.
And also, we were actually just chatting while you were watching Glenn, and you said you just won 2 awards as well.
Yeah, so we've just won 2 Cruise Critic Awards. We've won Best Family Cruise Line and Best New Ship for Meraviglia, which is this lovely model here.
How do we win one of these?
So the first 10 bookings today who phone up and make a booking will win one of these special Meraviglia models.
Great. And of course, there's a lot of cruises. We're just talking about one particular one at this point. But if you call the team, if you call Planet Cruise, there's so many MSC cruises that they can talk to. So if you're saying, I love MSC, but I'd rather be in the Caribbean, or I love MSC, but I want to go, then call the team and ask them what's available. That's the beauty of Planet Cruise. So should we take an opportunity to
see where we're going?
Go on the itinerary.
Yeah. So from Southampton again, great for those of you that don't fly. And our first port of call is actually not a million miles away, and it's one of those ports that actually, if you've travelled a lot, have you been to Paris? Because Le Havre is the perfect opportunity to go into Paris.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, when you pick up the phone and book your cruise, if there's anything that you want to go, or is there any tours, how do we get into Paris, then ask our cruise specialist. We can do that for you. But yeah, you can go see all the great museums. You can go along the Champs-Élysées, just to have a great day, the Arc de Triomphe as well. Then a nice relaxing day at sea, and I would recommend, enjoy these ships. These ships are fantastic. I've always been a big champion of MSC ships. You know, with the 4D cinemas and the F1 simulators, absolutely fantastic. But next port of call is into La Coruña. And of course, this is where the invincible Armada actually set sail from. So a lot of history here. But this is the gateway to Santiago de Compostela. So if you do want to make that pilgrimage across, then you can do. Some great sights to see. Then we're off to Bilbao. Of course, you've got the Guggenheim Museum here, so if you want to do something cultural. But you've got great food here. You've got a real interesting mix of French and Spanish dishes. And there's the Guggenheim there. And of course, some great displays there. My personal favourite was the Old Quarter, just to have a little bit of a ramble around the streets, the old cobbles, and just get lost, find a little cafe, sit down, have a little coffee. Then we're off to Verdun, and this were great vineyards. The actual position that you've got here, there's some great wine tasting tours. So if you do want to do this particular part of the world, you've got to book a tour on and go out and try some of the vineyards there. Then we've got a nice relaxing day at sea before Amsterdam. We talked about Amsterdam earlier on. It is an overnight in Amsterdam.
Brilliant. So when it's an overnight, we treat the ship like it's a hotel, yeah? We can go on and off as often as we want.
Yeah, exactly like a hotel.
Brilliant.
That's brilliant. The great thing is, you know, when was the last time that you went out in Amsterdam or a major big city, you know, just for one night, and you're coming back, you're getting on board the ship, you've got everything there. It's just...
It was a stag party recently.
Was it a stag party?
It was rough. It was rough.
To be fair, I mean, it depends on where you go. There's some very nice parts in the evening as well. Yeah. The cafes are nice in the day. So anyway, enjoy Amsterdam. Then we're off to Hamburg. Holds a special place in my heart because this is where I did propose to my other half. There's the town hall. Beautiful landscape that you've got there. Great inland river, and of course you've got a lot of history here. You've got the Beatles used to play around the clubs here in Hamburg, and there's actually, if you're really into your cruising, it was quite ironic. The time that we were in, our very first ever cruise ship that I set sail on was in dry dock in Hamburg, being refitted. Yeah. So you will see a lot, and the actual cruise around the port itself is really nice. Then we've got a nice relaxing day at sea before you come back to Southampton. But you know, all in all, with this particular deal, deposit only on this one, £250 per person, but great value, £80 per person per night. Yeah. Where would you be able to get a hotel?
And of course you can upgrade. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. First 10 bookings, as Alicia said, will get the free MSC ship model, so do consider that. You can upgrade, get this for £9 per person per night. You can go all-inclusive on the drinks package if you wish. There are special prices for kids from £99 per person, and you've got the free coach transfer as well. So brilliant value for money. Let's show you the prices so you can really see whether you want to be inside, outside or balcony. All sorts of dates available as well. And these are this year, so you've got May, June, July, August and September. Lots of choices available to you, so please take advantage of it. Your cruise ID on this one is 129210. You can write down the ID numbers and whoa, we've got another January sale deal, another January sale last minute deal.
And this is again with MSC. This is departing just at the end of February, so just a few weeks away. And this, where are we going? We can hear those wonderful steel drums. We're off to the Caribbean.
Woohoo!
Well, I can hear the steel drums in my head. And Trinidad, Tobago, Grenada, all of those wonderful ports. And look at the prices there. And to get some winter sun, that is another fantastic Planet Cruise January sale deal with MSC, who we are #1 agent with.
If you fancy that one, write down the ID number 132762. That way the team will know exactly which cruise you're talking about. Now, whilst Alicia's here, Alicia, I believe you've got another brand new ship coming up.
Yeah, so we've got MSC Seaview in June, but we've got the sister ship to Meraviglia, which is launching next March.
What's the name of her?
MSC Bellissima.
The Bellissima. Here's a picture.
She is going to be the sister ship to Meraviglia, as I said. She'll have 2 new exclusive Cirque du Soleil shows on board that will be commissioned for her. She'll have the amazing LED promenade and the infinity atrium.
Is it right, in the promenade you have 20 restaurants and bars just in the actual promenade itself?
Yeah.
Crazy,
unbelievable.
Well, it's like it's a floating town. That's the easiest way to explain it. It's a floating town, and for many people, the ship is where you're going to. That is your destination for many people. Now, I want to say thank you to you. Really appreciate you coming in this evening.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
We have got to plough on because we've got so many deals lined up for you because it's January sale. So we're going to go to Royal Caribbean right now. Now, this is certainly a great line, been around for a long time. Limited availability on this. That's very important. So if you like the idea of this particular cruise, you've got to be quick. Now, we're talking 13 nights, and you've got the opportunity to go to Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Thailand. How'd you like them apples? This is one really to consider. In fact, let's take a moment right now to see Hong Kong.
Yeah, the great thing with Hong Kong, it's just one of those places that you've got to do at some point in your life. And every night they have a fantastic light show, but you can book it for just £30 per person. You can add the Symphony of the Lights cruise. Yeah, and this is where you get to go on board a ship, you get to go out into the harbour. And this is the Guinness Book of Records recognise this as officially the largest permanent light display show in the world. Wow. And that's the great thing. And there's lots included on there, as well as your drinks on board the actual cruise that evening. So make sure that when you book this particular cruise, ask about the Symphony of the Lights cruise tour and what's included on that, and they'll take you through it, because it is fantastic.
We've got 3 nights here, is that correct? In the 4-star hotel?
In the daytime, you can get out and see some of the markets. You can go up to Victoria Peak as well. There's a funicular railway that you can go up to the top. Go to Kowloon Market as well. Stanley Market's another good one as well. But 8 o'clock every night, it is that highlight. And you're going to be there for 3 nights in a hotel to be able to see that wonderful experience across the harbour.
Yeah, it does look amazing, doesn't it? So, come on, when you look at this and you see these images, I think this is a dream for many people. And you might be thinking, well, to get to the Far East and go on a cruise, it's going to cost a fortune. We're talking under £108 per person per night. Yeah. 100. Come on, you were going to say a little earlier about...
Yeah, about hotels. Yeah, how much it costs.
In the UK, but bear in mind your cruise includes your food. Come on, all your entertainment. It is incredible value for money to be able to get to the Far East, and I think this will be a bucket list cruise for a lot of people.
Oh, definitely.
Hong Kong, Thailand, Vietnam, it's a bucket cruise, or bucket list cruise.
Yeah.
Got to get the word list in there, otherwise you might misunderstand me. Right? So a bucket list cruise, there is no doubt about it. Can we take a... Go ahead.
I was going to say, the funny thing is, in my cruise history, I spent a lot of time in the Mediterranean and the Caribbean and did a couple of legs of the world cruise. Never really got out to see Asia and China and Japan as well. And it's going slightly off course. But first time I had a chance to go there was last year, and it was just wonderful. If you've never been to this part of the world before, the foods, the people, the culture, It really is fantastic.
Now, let's take a moment to see the ship itself so we get some idea of what we can enjoy. Talk to us about the Voyager of the Seas, Justin.
Oh, the actual ship itself, you know, you're looking at 3,000 passengers. You know, this is one of those...
she was largest in the world for a while, wasn't she?
At the time, yeah. There's always a bigger and better one that's coming out. But it's got all of the signature things that you'd associate with Royal Caribbean. So, yes, it's got an ice rink on board. A 9-hole pitch and putt. You've got the rock climbing wall.
Look at that.
Fantastic. A 3-storey main restaurant inside of there. It really is fantastic. And well, you've got the Magic Flute there, you've got Le Bohème, and you've got the Carmen restaurant as well. Johnny Rockets, if you fancy a little bit of fast food as well, a little bit of 50s music. So if you love your old American diners,
if you've been to the USA, you may have seen them. It's like a brand of restaurants. 50-star rock and roll restaurants.
But one of the things, it's great for the kids, and it's great for all ages of kids, right up to the teenagers. You know, they really do look after everybody. And for the big kids, of course, you've got the casinos, you've got the Royal Promenade as well, and some fantastic Broadway shows as well. So, you know, there's never a quiet moment on board a Royal Caribbean cruise. You will literally be, well, you'll have to plan and see, right, what are we going to do to make sure you cram it all in. And in between that, you're going to have all of your port days where you're going to be going to Vietnam and China and all these great ports as well.
It's really, really one to consider. Again, this could be a dream vacation for you, this could be a dream cruise for you, this could be a bucket list cruise, somewhere you've always wanted to go, and I can't imagine a better way to do it. This really is in style. So should we talk through the itinerary?
Yeah. So your actual first day is at sea, and you're going to be enjoying and finding your way around the ship. But your first port of call is into Nha Trang. Now, this is Vietnam, and one of the most popular seaside resorts in the country. You've got beautiful crystal clear blue waters and palm trees, and just some fantastic resorts there. Chen Towers is definitely one to go and see. Then we're off to the former Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh, and this is the land of the bicycle now. We're talking pagodas, we're talking the fantastic Notre Dame Square there as well, some great temples, the Sea Goddess Shrine as well on the coast, and there's a lot here. Which is very modern, but there's a lot of history as well.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's the contrast, isn't it, from the countryside to these cities? It's just incredible.
Yeah, and just a great way to experience it. And just try the food. Just try everything and anything. The food is fantastic out there. Then you've got a nice relaxing day at sea before we go into Bangkok. Now, do you know what? Tonight we've been talking about overnights in port. Again, Bangkok, the Oriental city. In the daytime, you've got all these wonderful little canal networks where you've got all of the markets and stuff like that. And then in the evening, this is when it comes alive. And I know, certainly, I mean, you remember the cruises, all the passengers on board, they say, oh, we might pop out. They have a fantastic time ashore, and Bangkok is one of those things. By day, do all the historic stuff and do the temples, and by night, go out and see some of the nightlife.
And it is nice having that freedom to know you can come back whenever you want, because the ship is your hotel. So if you want to do an all-nighter, you do an all-nighter. If you think, no, we'll get to bed early tonight, just go to the movies. Go watch a movie on board if you want. So it's all about choice.
To do in Bangkok in the daytime is to go to see Jim Thompson's house. I don't know if you've ever heard this. It's the largest teakwood house, and he started a chain of restaurants. He was an American soldier that went over to Vietnam and loved it so much that he wanted to bring a little bit of it back. So there's a fantastic residence over there, which is all teakwood. It's one of the largest ones in the world. Anyway, I digress, because another relaxing day at sea, and then into Singapore, and this is disembarkation.
One of my favourite places in the whole world.
It's fantastic. I mean, bear in mind this is your disembarkation port, but again, when you book this cruise, if we can add on extra nights, ask. You know the old adage of, if you don't ask, you don't get. If there's an ability to book another night and stay in Singapore, in fact, we were talking to one of the guests that was on earlier on, and she said it's the second time that she's been back there. I think this time it's her Ruby wedding anniversary. She loves Singapore.
And that is one of the important things about Planet Cruise. Think of it, they can make your cruise bespoke. So call the number, write that number down, call the number, talk to the team and ask all the questions that you may have. So again, it is a different number, and it's Planet Cruise team. And by the way, all the team at Planet Cruise are experienced cruisers. They've all been on a cruise. They all have a great idea what cruising is about. They're not guessing. They haven't read a little manual. They've been on cruise ships. So you can see what's included. You've got the 3-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Hong Kong. And I would certainly say add that Symphony of the Lights cruise. You want to do it. It's £30 per person. So don't miss out on that. It's a must-do as far as I'm concerned. And then you've got your return flights. And by the way, that's another thing. If you are thinking, well, I wish I could fly from, let's say, Bristol or Edinburgh or Scotland, call the team and ask if they can organise that for you as well. So there's lots of options available. But oh, hang on. We've got another January sale last minute deal.
Yeah, and this is from Amadara Pursue, and this is not just any cruise. This is the maiden voyage of the Amadara Pursue, a brand new ship to the fleet, and this is the 1st of August this year. And bear in mind, with Amadara, you are looking at one of the premier cruise lines that we deal with. All of the people that are in the office, they always go, you know what, if I was going to do a cruise, I'd do an Amadara. The reason being is you get so much included. And again, if you look at the price there, you think, okay, it's a little bit more expensive than what we have, but we always bring those Amadara deals to you when they're at these great low prices. You get your free drinks and tips included.
That's amazing.
Deposits from just £100 per person.
What's this, free suitcase?
Yeah, every booking receives a free Antler suitcase worth £145 that is delivered to you before your cruise, so you can actually take it on your cruise.
That's
you
amazing.
get free Wi-Fi on board when you book Ocean View and above. And again, tonight it's almost been like the overnight show, because you get 2 overnights, not one in Oslo, but you also get one in Bergen as well, which is a fantastic port.
And again, if you're thinking, I really like the idea of this, just make a little note of it. Tell the team that you want to talk about the 12-night maiden voyage fjords from Southampton. And that, for me, I was lucky enough to cruise for 18 years, working on the ships for 18 years. That is one of my favourite all-time cruises. I love a trip to the fjords, especially out of Southampton. Makes your life so much easier. Don't forget, you can call the team, free to call the team. They're waiting for your call right now, 080. In fact, we'll try and call the team. Can we try and call the call centre a little later? Is that all right?
We haven't spoken to them until a while, to be fair.
They're going to try and get hold of them, so we might talk to them a little later. That'd be nice. Can we try? We'll try. We'll give it a go. Can we do it? All right. We're going to move on to another cruise, and if we can get hold of the call centre, then we'll have a quick chat with them. Now, we're going to move on to another one. I was going to say to you, we've got some exclusive deals, and you've seen some of those, and some of the deals that you've seen already. This is certainly an exclusive deal. Now, we're talking Marella Discovery now.
Yeah. Now, this might actually be a new one on you, because I know you haven't done a Planet Cruise show for a while. Thompson have rebranded their cruise line. So all their land-based stuff is still TUI. It used to be the TUI Discovery. Now it's changed to Marella. So you still get the same great service. You get the same great quality ships.
So as far as we're concerned, this is Thompson Cruises.
Yeah, effectively. So for all of you, and we know that this is one of the best sellers as well.
Well, it's designed for the Brits, isn't it? It's a British cruise. Should we take a moment? Let's take a moment to see the video, and maybe you can talk us through exactly what we're looking at. Look at that. It looks amazing.
The great thing is they've taken cruise ships from other cruise lines and they've refitted them, so you get great size ships. So you don't have to worry about getting too lost here. You're talking a ship around 69,000 tons. So at maximum capacity, you're looking at 2,500 passengers. But all your facilities you'd expect on there. Great staterooms and great suites as well. There's plenty available, but it's the actual facilities on board. This is an ex-Royal Caribbean ship, so you'll see the pitch and putt there. Oh, yeah. You'll see the rock climbing wall. So great, I was going to say the Horizon Lounge. That's P&O. Anyway, but great facilities on board for all members of the family. And there's our beefy Keefy. There's Keith Maynard. Enjoying just one of the restaurants on board. There's a Pan-Asian restaurant called Coral R. Some of the specialty restaurants cover a surcharge, but when you actually put it into the grand scheme of things of what you pay if you were going to go out for a meal, it is a very small
bear in mind, this one, come on, that 879 you're looking at on the screen, it's for 12 nights. Yeah. It's under £75 per person per night.
It's all inclusive and the tips are included. So how much would you say that you would spend a night on drinks? You know, if you buy one drink in the UK, there's a £5 gone at least. Yeah. Even whether it's a soft drink or whether it's an alcoholic drink. So, you know, when you add that up, there is fantastic value in this.
That £75 includes your meals. Yeah. Again, as Justin said, you can pay for a different restaurant if you want, but you can get your meals included and all your entertainment's included. It's incredible value for money. You could pay more than that for a hotel.
Yeah, yeah. What would a ticket to either a West End show or a touring production? Yeah. You're probably looking at 40 or 50 quid for probably a very poor ticket, or go up and up. That is great value, and this is why Thompson, now Marella, is doing so well.
So as we said, it is all inclusive. Your tips are included as well. So it is phenomenal value for money. Now let's take an opportunity to look through the cruise itself. We're going to catch a plane. We're going to fly down to Malaga. I love Malaga. Yeah,
this is your embarkation port. So you'll be getting on board the ship and then spending your first day at sea. So a great way to find your way around the ship. Then you're into Portugal. One of my favourite ports has got to be Lisbon. This is a great city destination. If you haven't been there, then this is great. The ship's docked just underneath this bridge, which is the 25th of April bridge, and you can walk down the coast, head into town. You've got to go on the trams and experience that. There's the tower, the Belém Tower there. There's the Monument of Discoveries. There's some great marinas around there as well, and shopping is really good in Portugal.
I love Lisbon. It's a great city. Look, you'd think that was San Francisco, wouldn't you?
And in fact, from the side that this has actually been taken, the photograph, there's the Christ the Redeemer statue, which is the same as the one in, well, when I say same, it has a link to the one in Brazil. So if you've never been to Lisbon before, you will absolutely love this day. And then we're off to, again, one of the top ports in Lisbon, not in Lisbon, in Portugal, which is Porto. And as the name suggests, this is where port comes from. When you're actually sailing underneath the bridge, which is designed by Gustav Eiffel, you will actually see, it's a bit like Hollywood. You know, you see the Hollywood logo over in Los Angeles, you will actually see all of the names of the different port producers on the actual banks as you sail in there. So absolutely fantastic. One of the best regions is the Cascavello, which is the historic centre to go to. Then we're off to Vigo. Now, Vigo dates back to 300 BC. There's a lot of history that you've got here. Again, we talked about this earlier on about being the gateway to Santiago de Compostela, but it's a great little port. It's one of those ports that if you want to have a wander around, there's some great fish markets if you hit it on the right day of the week, lovely promenades, and if you want to pick up some traditional wares, you know, so your laces and something a little bit different, then this is the port to do it from. Then we're off to Gijón. Now, this is famous for its sardines, its watermills, and Roman baths. I mean, what a combination that is.
What about chicken Gijons?
Not quite. No, we're not talking chicken Gijons. We're talking about sardines here. But again, it's one of those great ports to have a little bit of a wander around in. From Gijón, I'm getting lost myself now. We're off to Bilbao. We talked about this earlier on. We said about the Guggenheim Museum. Some great sights to see here. And again, the Basque French and the Spanish Castilian mixture of the culture. It's a fantastic atmosphere here. But onto some different ports. Here's one that really interests me. Saint Nazaire, and this is where you've got a lot of history with the Second World War. They had these fantastic museum here dedicated to ocean liners. Because they used the dry docks that were from the Second World War to actually refit some of the greatest ocean liners to ever sail across the waves.
A bit like Hamburg.
Sort of but for me, there's the submarine sheds as well, which if you want to do some of the real history, there's the dry dock where the Bismarck and the Tirpitz was, so there's plenty to see and do here. Then we're off to Brest. Now, this again, this is great for your wine tasting. So if you do fancy a little tipple, then you've got to enjoy that. You really have. Then we're off to Cherbourg. Now, Cherbourg has got the Mount St Michael, so if you want to go across the Abbey, then you can go and see that. You've got the Bay of Tapestry, and you've got all of the history there with the landing beaches as well, which was all around Operation Overlord back in 1944. So if you want to go to some of the cemeteries there, then you can do. Then we're off to Belgium. We're off to Bruges, or Zeebrugge, which is the port that you go into and get a bus into to Bruges. You got to do it. This is just, I absolutely love this port. It's just more canals, fantastic, and the amount of chocolate that you can get here, it's just unbelievable. You think of Bruges, you actually think of Belgian breweries. 125 breweries in one local region.
It's crazy, isn't
it? The chocolate is insane here. You know, when you go into the and you see, I didn't realise there was chocolate with chili or orange or almond. No, you go here, you can get every different type, and it is wonderful. Bring some back, you know, a little bit of a gift. Then from Bruges, we're back to Paris, or Le Havre, the port for Paris. We talked about this earlier on. Just great that, you know, a lot of people travel the world and never actually travel further than their doorstep. And Paris, I'm going to admit it, I've never been.
What?
I know, I've never been to Paris. And you think of all the places that I've been.
Not even for Euro Disney?
No.
Wow.
What's that?
What?
You forget I haven't got children.
I am shocked.
Yeah, but again, I'd love to go to see Paris. You know, the Eiffel Tower. You know, there's been so many films that have been
take a river
set
cruise.
There. Yeah,
up the Seine.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget, you have to fly to Malaga for this one. The great news is lots of regional flights have been organised for you. So if you're thinking, what about Bristol? We can take care of you. Birmingham, we can take care of you. East Midlands, Manchester, Edinburgh. £10 per person. So let's go all-inclusive cruise with tips and exclusive discounts. Outbound, there you go, see, look, there's the flights. Bristol, all the overseas transfers included, and the outbound flights also. Talk to the team, £10 per person supplement. That is phenomenal value.
Yeah.
So if you fancy a cruise and thinking, do you know, you've got to get to London. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Not with Planet Cruise. Call the team. Cruise ID on this one is 148488. It's under £75 per person per night. Now, I've been told we've actually got hold of the call centre. Remember we said, can we try and get hold of... They've done it. They've done it. I'm being told we've got Rob on the phone. Rob, can you hear us?
I can, guys. You okay?
Yeah, very good. Are we busy?
We are. We've already had, obviously, a fair few bookings so far, but I've got a feeling we'll have a few more once we've talked about what I've got for you. We've got a Marella Spirit sailing for April. Anyone who's looking for a last-minute deal to the Med, we've got 559 for 7 nights, inside cabin, but where the magic happens is we've got 559 for an outside cabin as well, so free upgrade inside to outside. Now obviously, as usual, tends to be based out of Gatwick in terms of the flights. We can always look at some of the other options for you, but we're going into Mallorca, and some of the ports to call on there, we've got Menorca, Corsica, we have Rome, Naples, and then of course flying back out of Mallorca, but 7 nights for just 559 per person on the 10th of April this year on the Marella Spirit.
So if somebody's thinking, that sounds interesting to me, do you have a cruise ID number, or should they just say we want the line?
Yes. So the cruise ID, 154235. If you ring up and get it to any of our agents this evening, they will obviously be more than happy to help with you.
Brilliant. I've got another question for you, Rob. What time do you guys close this evening?
We'll be here till at least 10 o'clock tonight, but I'm sure we'll be here probably till 1:30 with the amount of calls we've got waiting at the moment, so plenty to be getting on with. So I'll leave you guys to it, and I'll pick up the phone and speak to a few people myself, all right?
Great. Thanks so much, Rob. Happy New Year to you, baby.
Cheers, Rob.
You too. Speak soon. Bye.
Bye. Now we're going to move on to, well done, by the way, fellas, because we didn't plan that, so well done, I appreciate that, because I kind of threw it at the team. We're moving on now to 11 nights around Vietnam.
Yeah, and this is completely different. The actual river line that we're featuring on this, Amadara, this is one of the top sellers of that particular show. And the reason being is, you know, it's such good quality service in such a unique part of the world as well. You're only looking at 62 staterooms and 11 suites on board this ship, and you've got 52 crew members.
It's almost like a private yacht.
Yeah, 52 crew members to 124 passengers at maximum capacity.
But never got to worry about waves on this one.
You don't have to worry about waves. In fact, you'll actually be waving as you go along, because if you see these balconies, you don't have one balcony, you have 2. You've got a French balcony, and then you've got an outdoor balcony as well. So absolutely superb cruise line.
Well, let's take a moment to see exactly what we're going to get for our money. Let's show you Ho Chi Minh. What can we expect to enjoy? We talked about it a little earlier, didn't we? So we've got some idea what to expect. Yeah,
you're going to be flying out here, and you're going to get 2 nights in a hotel on this one. So you get a chance to go around and see the south of Vietnam. There's a lot of history here, of course, with the Vietnam War, so you won't want to go and do some of the Viet Cong tunnels, which are particularly interesting there. But just a wonderful place to start and acclimatise to your cruise, because this is then when you're going to be getting on board the actual ship itself, and the Amadara is an absolute...
Should we have a look at it? Let's go to a video. Maybe you can talk us through this, Justin.
The great thing with these cruise ships is that they are actually designed for the river that they cruise on. And when you see some of the amazing interiors, you think, is that a cruise ship? Yeah, that's a river cruise ship. It's amazing what they can actually fit on board. And the cuisine is fantastic. They have local cuisine. You also have Western cuisine as well, for those of you that are not as adventurous as well. And with this, you do get complimentary drinks during the cruise as well. So you'll get to see the local culture, and all of the excursions are all included in every port. So there's shows that you'll be going to, there'll be rides on tuk-tuks, you'll be going out to temples. I mean, what you'll see in here is just an example of some of the locations you might see in this particular region. I'll take you through that in a couple of seconds' time. But, you know, with regards to the value of this, with Ama Waterways, you really do get an immersive experience. So if you're one of these people that you like to buy a book about the culture or learn some of the language, then this will be perfect for you. By the way, if you do like Marks and Spencer's as well, you do get a £50 voucher with every booking on this one.
That's really worth thinking about, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely.
So come on, let's do the itinerary so you get a really good understanding. Now, bear in mind, you're not going out to sea. You're on a river at all times.
Well, and the first day that you're actually in Vietnam, you'll get a chance to visit some of the candy and rice paper workshops, and you can actually have a go yourself itself, or you can go to some of the historic parts where there's an old house there that you can go and see, or the afternoon you can just enjoy being on board the ship and just sailing along the actual Mekong Delta. If you like literature, by the way, you might recognise the French writer Marguerite Duras, and there was a famous particular piece of literature that was written. It was all about this part of the actual country itself and her childhood growing up there. Then we're off to Tan Chau, and this is where you get a traditional rickshaw ride, or a trishaw ride, should I say, and this is where you go to some of the silk making and the rattan making classes. Yeah. So again, you know, it's an immersive experience where that excursion is included. You'll also be travelling on the Mekong again, and you'll pass somewhere called the Evergreen Island, and returning back to Tan Chau, then you'll go to another workshop, which is a rattan mat workshop. So again, you get to have a go at some of these handicrafts. Then we've got another overnight on board, and this is Phnom Penh. Now this is
Cambodia.
Well, again, with Cambodia, it's got a very interesting history, you know, and there's a lot of it. Perhaps if you want to go back into the history and just to take a couple of seconds to understand what happened here, you can go to the killing fields and the detention centres, the genocide museums there, and just understand a little bit more of the actual history itself. But you can't go all of that way and not go and just take a few moments just to realise what happened. In the evening, though, it gets a little bit lighter. They raise the mood a little bit, and there's a traditional folk dancing troupe that's actually brought on board the ship. Nice little way to round off the day there. Then we're off to Udong, and this is where you get a chance to go on one of the motorboats. So you can go along some of the lakeside wetlands and go through the mouth of the actual river itself. There's some fantastic bird life along here, so if you do like a little bit of ornithology, then you will enjoy this. There's also some floating villages, but we're off to Kampong now, and here in Kampong you'll get to go to another one of the local villages here, and this is where you'll get a chance to have something completely unique. You get to go to a temple and you'll be blessed by a Buddhist monk. Wow. So if it's something that's interesting, I love experiencing new cultures, and for that, I'd absolutely love it. In the afternoon as well, there's also a chance to do some workshops with silversmiths and copper smithing. So if you wanted to make some jewellery, then you can have a go at that. But again, all of these excursions that I'm talking about, you know, whether it's a rickshaw, whether it's a motorboat, whether it's a trip to a temple, the Buddhist shrine, all of the workshops, that's all included. So everything from the beginning to the end, where we're actually disembarking on the final day there in Pret-Gadam, everything is included there.
Well, let's go through the inclusions, because you get a lot for your money. And bear in mind, this is deposit only. So if you are looking at the price on the bottom of the screen, it is deposit only. This is for August through October 2019. So August this year, right through to October 2019. There are lots of dates available, August, March, August, September and October. So all sorts of dates, call the team. A 2-night hotel stay in Ho Chi Minh, you've got the complimentary drinks on board, the £50 Marks and Spencer voucher, as Justin told us, excursions included at every port, so there are no extras. You're not forking out for all of these experiences on land, they are all included. And then your return flights as well. Let's go through the prices for you. You can see there's an array of prices. We've already got a sellout. There is already a sellout on September 18, so bear that in mind. All sorts of dates, and again, anything of interest to you, call the team. Write that phone number down or go to planetcruise.com. But I would say write the number down and call them before 10 o'clock tonight and ask any questions that you may have. Your cruise ID on this one is 162631. Please don't miss out. Oh, hang on. We've got another deal, another last minute. Costs, I worked for these for 6 years.
And
Great line.
This is in the 24th of February, so this is again just over a month away. And this is a great opportunity for those of you that are travelling alone, because the single price on this one is from just £549 for 7 nights around the Balearics, which is fantastic value. So you get to see Marseille and Barcelona, Palma, Palermo, Rome as well, and Savona, and that is fantastic. Check out those prices there, and again, pick up the phone, dial the number and ask our cruise specialist what's included on that deal from Costa, a 7-night cruise on the 24th of February.
That's incredible value for money. If you're a single, look at that, $549. That is incredible. So often well, any holiday, you know, they double up on the price.
Yeah.
But in this case, that is not so. $549 if you're a single. Really consider that one. Okay, let's move on to our last cruise. Let's say scheduled cruise, planned cruise, because we've had a lot of last-minute ones thrown in here. A 13-night around the Med with Celebrity Cruises. This is the Reflection.
Yeah, this is with Reflection. The ship you're going to be seeing is going to be Eclipse, but again, the Solstice class itself is fantastic. You get the lawn up on the top of the ship, which is real grass.
Yeah.
And with Celebrity, I always get cruise ship envy because there's just little touches, just like on the quayside. They serve you the drinks as they're going back on board. The quality of the Egyptian cotton in the cabins, but it's also the bars and the restaurants. They were one of the first cruise lines to have a restaurant on board where you effectively have your menu on an iPad. It is just an amazing experience.
Well, there's the grass you're talking about.
Yeah, the lawn club. You know, and they do tend to that.
You wouldn't know that's a cruise ship. Even there, you wouldn't know because it's real grass.
And you can actually book and have a barbecue out on the lawn club and the little cabanas that you've got up at the top there. You can actually book for a picnic basket. Award-winning Canyon Ranch Spa on board as well, which is just superb. And the restaurants and the bars are just exquisite, absolutely exquisite. Look at the restaurant that you've got there. I mean, you've got things like cuisine on there, and of course, if you go for aqua class as well, then you can go to the exclusive restaurant, which is Blue. They got one of the best wine collections at sea. And of course you can order that by the glass, and I don't know whether we'll get to see it in a second, but one of my favourite places apart from the theatre has to be the Martini Ice Bar. It is just
naughty.
Superb.
Well, my sister, like myself, she cruised for many years, and actually this is her favourite cruise line. Whenever she gets a chance, if she goes on a cruise, it has to be Celebrity. She absolutely loves them. Now on this deal you're going to get free drinks if you go Ocean View and above, so bear that in mind. Free drink package if you go Ocean View and above. Okay, let's have a look at the itinerary.
Yeah, but we're actually starting in Rome, and this is where you actually have a 4-star hotel for 2 nights. So you can get to see the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, the Vatican City, all of those wonderful sites you can get to see in 2 days. And it's just great that you've got the night time, because Rome is one of those places I'd love to explore, especially the Spanish Steps. So many films that have been set there. But let's get into the actual cruise itself. When you get on board, you're going for some, well, it's the biggies. It's the greatest hits in the Mediterranean. Florence and Pisa. You're docking in Livorno, so you can do both of them. So if you want to go and see the Statue of David, the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, then you can go and do it all in one day. The next day is what I call the tonic to a big port day, because it's Villefranche. And this is the port where you can either go to Nice, which is one of the most popular destinations, or Monaco.
Yeah, or stay there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I love it. It's such a beautiful little town.
It's one of the only places out of my whole cruise history that I've gone back to and stayed and had a holiday.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I absolutely love it.
It's teeny-weeny, but it's really worth just staying there.
Yeah, and that's why I like it.
Yeah.
And so many celebrities have got their private residences on there, or St. John Cap Ferrat.
Then on to Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona, great. Oh, it's just wonderful. And this is overnight as well. If you're overnight in Barcelona, you have got to hit some of the tapas bars. And if you fancy a unique experience, you've got to go to Boca Chica or Boca Grande. In the daytime, you see all the Gaudi buildings, Sagrada Familia, go to the new camp, or hit the beach as well. It's only been there since the Olympics. But a wonderful shopping destination. La Ramblas as well. We'll have all of the performers as well. Just a wonderful way, and that is overnight on board. Nice relaxing day at sea after that to recover from your overnight, and then we're off to Malaga. Classic Spanish port. Again, you've got the Malgueta there. This is the heart of the Costa del Sol, and of course you're not far from Andalusia as well. Then on to Gibraltar, my first ever port of call. Lots of history here. You've got to go up the rock and see.
First ever port of call, is it? Wow.
I know, what an experience. What a culture shock it was to see a red phone box and a British bobby.
Yeah.
And it'd be, yeah, that was, and there you go. There's the Barbary apes, or monkeys as we call them. Then we're off to Cartagena, Spain. That is not South America.
Yeah.
Great history here. So again, if you want to book your tours in advance, you can do that. And then I love the way that this finishes off. You go into Ibiza. And this is just a lovely way to finish it off, especially in the late afternoon, just before you sail. It just starts to come alive. And Ibiza in the daytime, one of the most beautiful ports. Anyway, relaxing day at sea, and then you're heading back to Rome before you disembark and come back home. And that is another phenomenal Planet Cruise January sail deal.
Come on, if you've never cruised around Europe, that is certainly one to consider. From $1,299, now look at the deal, and this is why you go Planet Cruise, because they do get some exclusive packages lined up for you. 2 nights stay in a 4-star hotel in central Rome, so you can really enjoy Rome, not just know that it's nearby, you can enjoy it. Free classic drinks package if you go Ocean View and above. Free upgrade from Ocean View to balcony. So come on, you've got to go Ocean View because you're going to get balcony and you're getting the free drinks. Then you've got the itineraries, which differ slightly. Sometimes they're same ports, but different order. Just depends on the dates you pick. And then return flights are included as well. Let's show you all the prices, because we are going to try and recap at the end of the evening. It's going to be fast and furious, but look, you've got all sorts of prices available to you, and your cruise ID on this particular cruise is very, very simple. It's 163374. 163374. Now, if you've only just joined us, you wouldn't have heard me say anything about a free cruise. But if you did watch the whole show, you'll know I said at the end of the show, we will tell you about a free cruise. We're not going to tell you about that right now, but we are going to tell you about Planet Cruise's anniversary.
The Planet Cruise TV show is celebrating 10 fabulous years on the small screen. Where's the time gone? And our anniversary show is coming up on the 16th of January 2018. So don't forget to tune in for fantastic giveaways, including champagne bottles and our biggest prize, a 2-night mini cruise on board Celebrity Silhouette in a balcony cabin with drinks and gratuities included. We also have exclusive prices that you simply can't get anywhere else. So don't forget, tune in on the 16th of January 2018 for the Planet Cruise 10th anniversary show.
That was Keith telling you about the anniversary, but it gets even better because you really could win a cruise. I'm not joking, you can really win a cruise. Let's show you how to enter after this video.
How would you like to win a fabulous 2-night modern luxury cruise sailing on the 28th of April 2018 to Le Havre on board the stunning Celebrity Silhouette, courtesy of Planet Cruise and Celebrity Cruises? Well, we're giving one lucky viewer the chance to win this incredible prize for 2 people staying in a balcony cabin and enjoying free drinks and free gratuities. And for your chance to win, you simply go to planetcruise.com, and when you get there, all you need to do is follow the instructions. It will take you a couple of minutes at most.
How cool is that? Win a free cruise. That may be your first one, maybe a taster, maybe it's a weekend away for you. Let's show you how easy it is to do that. Go to planetcruise.com, and then you see that giant banner there. Click on it. I'll take you through to the competition, and then you can read all about it, and then just pop some details in there. Really, really simple to do. So don't miss out on that opportunity. You could be going away on a free cruise with Celebrity. Now, we've got to try and get through all 6 cruises in around 4 minutes. Are you ready? Do you want to start?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. It was with Fred Olsen, it was with Balmoral, it was a lovely 5-night over to Amsterdam and Antwerp. ID number on this one was 141642. Deposit only, and from just £98 per person per night. Fantastic value.
And then we went on to our 11-night around Europe on the MSC. Remember, we had Alicia come in here and share lots of information with you. So let's change those details on the screen. There you go. From $879, that's under £80 per person per night. 11 nights. You can upgrade to all-inclusive for as little as £9 per person per night, and children can go from as little as £99. Don't forget, the first 10 bookings will get the free ship. They may have already gone, but get on that phone. Write that phone number down because we are coming to the end of the show. 0808 250 2662. Then we go to Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, this is just £108 per person per night, and this is a 13-night cruise featuring Hong Kong. They've got a great option of booking that tour as well for just £30 per person. Deposit only. Your ID number on that one is 164847.
Then we had 12 nights around Europe on Marella. So this was Thompson, which known as TUI. But of course now it's rebranded, but exactly the same line. So if you've enjoyed them in the past, you'll still love them. Marella on board the Discovery. Exclusive deals on this. So your tips are included, exclusive discounts available, under £75 per person per night. And there are regional flights available from £10 per person. So if you're thinking, oh, we're in Bristol, oh, we're in Birmingham, oh, we're in Edinburgh, we're in the East Midlands, call the team. They can help you out with that from as little as £10 per person per night. And if you are near Newcastle, well, you can even get a 2-night deal in Newcastle sorted out as well. Write down that phone number. Then we took you to Vietnam.
Yeah, a little bit of a change as well, because this is a river cruise on the Mekong with Amazon Waterways. This is one of our previous bestsellers. And remember, excursions included at every port on this one. ID number is 162631. You get your complimentary drinks during the cruise, plus a £50 M&S voucher, and all of your excursions are included at every port.
And then, of course, finally, 13 nights around the Med, all those highlights, all those hot spots, the ones you want to visit on the Celebrity Reflection. Beautiful ship, great line, and of course, if you go for Ocean View or above, you get free drinks. And as you can see here, if you get a free upgrade from Ocean View to Balcony, why wouldn't you go Ocean View? So you got the free drinks package, and then you automatically got the Balcony as well. Just brilliant, brilliant. Oh, hang on. Oh, last minute deals.
Yeah, just to remind you that if the Fred Olsen deal didn't tickle your fancy earlier on, we've also got an Easter holiday in March this year. Fantastic upgrade to all-inclusive available as well from just £15 per person per night. With that one, you're travelling around La Coruña, Porto, Madeira and Lisbon. Give us a call now on that one. Also, it doesn't stop there. We've also got the MSC last-minute deal as well. This one's departing just at the end of February, and this is Caribbean sunshine, a little bit of winter sun, heading around the Caribbean, featuring Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Kitts. Just a great itinerary on that one.
Yeah, I know that itinerary well. I did it for 2 years. Brilliant. Get that cruise. Get that cruise. Another one. We've got another one. Here we go.
And this one is not just any cruise, this is the maiden voyage for the Amadara Pursuit, the brand new ship to the fleet. And with this one, free tips and drinks are included. And with every booking, you get a free Antler suitcase as well.
Now, I've just been told we've got an email in from a lady called Kate. Hi, Kate. Very good evening to you. And her husband's just surprised her by booking a honeymoon cruise. Congratulations.
She know she was getting married. Brilliant.
Congratulations. Honeymoon cruise. Yeah. Way to go. Fantastic. Now, listen, there were lots of deals to see. Again, the easiest thing to do is go to planetcruise.com. Or if you haven't got the number yet, got a pen? Got a pencil? Let me give you the number right now. 0808 250 2662. The team are waiting for your call. You've got until 9 o'clock, so you've got about another hour to go. Hey, Justin, great to see you.
Great to see you again.
Happy New Year to you.
And to you.
And a big thank you to you at home. I hope you've seen a dream cruise for yourself. See you soon.